So this is my little brother. His name is Nick, and we are on the outside of Ripley's Believe It or Not. And this was all of a sudden, let's just pick it up and go. I want to go somewhere that's fun. And I bought the tickets and I called my family and I was like, I'll be there in an hour. So everyone get ready. We're going to Ripley's Believe It or Not. So outside of Ripley's Believe It or Not, there's a bunch of really cool structures made out of car parts, and this is actually some lions made out of yarn, so that's really cool. This is my mom. There was just a bunch of really weird, different interactive things that you could do during the Oddities Museum. One of the things that we did was we got our fortunes read, and this is just a thing. You stick your hand in, and it's supposed to read your fortune. We all got ours done. It was super fun. I had a great time doing that, and my family, we just compared our fortunes and had a good laugh over it. This next part was definitely my favorite. It was Wizard of Oz depicted by Ripley's, and it was so cool. I absolutely loved it. They had a lot of the witch, and they had this really cool thing where it would fade in from the witch and then out into the girl riding on the bike in the beginning of the movie. I thought that was so cool and unique. You never really see anything like that, and I just had to get a video of it. They also had, obviously, the house on top of the witch, had the feet sticking out. It was so iconic, so awesome. So this next part was also one of my favorites, and it was just all the fairy tales that you've ever heard of. They had this one, which I'm not very familiar with. They had Little Red Riding Hood. They also had Cinderella and her fairy godmother, and they were so beautiful. It was so exciting. They had Rapunzel, and they also had Snow White. It was so gorgeous. So up next was all the superheroes. We had Iron Man, we had Thor, Captain America, Hulk. Hulk was definitely my favorite. I got a really good picture of him. My brother wanted to take pictures with Thor because he really likes that whole history, and there's some kind of mythology or something that he's really interested in. Here was a couple of villains. I don't really know the names of these, but somebody told us about it. I didn't understand. Here's this really cool picture of Hulk. He was just so big, and I mean, I don't know if that's how big he would be like in reality, but he was huge. This is my mom. She's inside the phone booth that Superman would go into and come out as Superman. She was doing some weird stuff. I don't really know. Here's the Joker. He was pretty weird looking, very old compared to that movie, so I was kind of creeped out by him. And this is Batman, so Batman is cool as hell. I don't really have anything to say. I mean, he speaks for himself. So, there was also, obviously, a lot of celebrities. They were so creepy. Like, I could almost not stand being near them. My mom was telling me that it's crazy to see these people in real life and see their measurements and what their body looks like, because on a TV, obviously, you cannot see exactly what they look like, and they have exact measurements for these wax figures, and it's just so weird to see what they would actually really look like in real life. These are the Three Stooges. Those are so funny. I definitely had to get a picture of them. Here's my brother next to Johnny Cash. He was like, Paige, get a picture of this one. Get a picture of this one. I really like Johnny Cash. I was like, okay. They sat down like they were at the actual Today shows and stuff like that. It was pretty funny. My mom loves Oprah. She was like, get a picture with me and Oprah. So this is where all the really boring yet important stuff comes in. They had all of the presidents, including Donald Trump, but he was at the very beginning, and I didn't really want to get a picture of him. But this is literally all of the presidents that we've had in all the history. They also had the Declaration of Independence signing and everything. They had all those really important characters there, some stuff from the Civil War, which, not even going to get into that. And And then there's Abraham Lincoln with the Emancipation Proclamation and Martin Luther King Jr. These are some really important people in the world history. They had Gandhi. My brother is shooting one of Hitler's guys. I don't even know what his name is, but he's not good. Oh, excuse that. Yeah, but these are some pretty interesting people. Oh, Walt Disney, yes! I totally forgot he was there. It was really cool. So this next part is all of the art and all of the really cool art installations that were there. I popped through one of the little, I don't know how to explain it. You know how you used to have that thing where you would put your hand up and it would shoot all the pins up? That's kind of what it was like, except for your entire body. They had some really cool art pieces. This is a horse made out of purses. I mean, literally insane. I would never think to do anything like that. This woman is drawn with lipstick. This is like sequins made into art. So every single thing that you're seeing is actually little bitty circles. I thought these were really cool. The pictures would change just by your perspective on it. So I think that's really cool. So this is also part of the Oddities Museum in the Ripley's, believe it or not. They had some really peculiar stuff. This is the world's tallest man, and my mom stood beside it. She did not realize that it was going to just pop up and have him standing up. This is the world's largest man ever, and that is insane. So this part was another art installation that was interactive, and we were also in there with some other people, and they were just getting down. There was a little boy in there, and he was just having the time of his life with it. It was really cool. I liked how, I don't know, I just liked everything about it, honestly. I can't really pinpoint a specific thing or anything. They also had this thing coming up, and it is like a still frame picture of you and your shadow. So like your shadow is still there, but you're moving around. This is it actually happening. It's pretty cool. So it just keeps your shadow there. I thought it was pretty awesome. This is one of those optical illusion tunnels, and we had a great time in there. We were all laughing, and my mom is just having the time of her life, that's my favorite thing to see ever. So this is where it starts to get pretty historic. A lot of history is involved in this museum, and they had a bunch of different like weird things. Like this is something from a tribe that they were cannibals. And they also had these really cool masks and stuff like that. I actually tried to put my hand through this glass. It's literally so clear. I thought it wasn't even there. I hurt my hand doing that, but it was really awesome. So this is a miniature head. They had a couple of those. Those are supposed to be really popular with the Ripley's Believe It or Not museums. So I thought it was pretty cool. This was just like an interactive deal that we had seen, and we walked up to it, and we got to this skull, and you'll see it here in a second, and it looks like it's really there, but whenever you stick your hand in there, it's a hologram, and it like shoots up smoke at you to scare you. So that was pretty funny. This is a scarier part of the museum. I had a hard time going through this just because I went through it when I was little, and it was way scarier than it is now. Here's my brother taking a picture next to Dracula. But it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed every single part of this, and I would definitely do it again.